those of you on my Facebook will sort of have a photo of my computing setup now that I'm back from uni. And we have a recent addition, a KVM switch. This is where we get into this, which also has a PS2 keyboard point on it, and then it outputs to all the PCs on USB. Now currently we've only got 2 PCs hooked up to this. The Windows box, which is hooked up to these 2 monitors, which are both using their digital output. This one's using the HDMI to DVI lead, this one's just using a DVI lead, and that's just using standard VGA down through the Linux box, which is hiding down there by my feet. And look, I added a power supply. Beat that. And this is where we get to this. That means I don't have to use this piece of shit anymore. Because one annoying habit this has when playing games is when you're holding down, say, this key, and then you press this key and release it, it won't respond to any more key input until you release the keys, and then it'll respond. It basically can only handle a very limited number of key presses at a time. With this system, it's back to how the keyboard should be. So, shall we find out why this thing was so terrible? It's not really given away on the front, although it's a cheap, nasty plastic, standard made in China, what isn't these days. Also has PS2 mouse. Why the hell you'd want to use a PS2 mouse, I do not know. They're handy for old computers, and that's about it. Pop it open and we're greeted with a lovely paper PCB with a nice little 104 capacitor, which off the top of my head I can't actually remember what capacitor value that is, but it's a very common one, and it's in the PF range if I remember correctly, and I can't be bothered to research it. Now conveniently they have actually put some label here. VDD, GND, and then we've got the data positive, data negative. Why the hell they didn't just call it in out, I don't know. And that goes to the USB end. These two go to their own end. And once again, we have some labelling, and the old PS2 have a clock output or clock input, because there is actually an internal oscillator in PS2 devices. Surprise, surprise. Well, so if we lift the up, we have keyboard, mouse, and just there, a manufacturing date of 2008, 6th of the 28th, which is, I believe, the American way of labelling the date, which is bleh. No, confusing. And we also have a point footprint where a crystal should be. Yeah. Ain't there? Skimping on parts, lads, are we? As well as using the cheapest, nastiest paper PCB composite that isn't even cut out straight. Look at it. How sloppy. And when we get to the back, if it decides to actually stay on the keyboard and not fall off, we have sloppy soldering that really doesn't look like anything better than I could do. And everyone's favourite crappy black blob chip, and areas where there should be decoupling capacitors, but there are not. Probably once again, penny pinching. Gotta keep those costs down. Mind you, the thing was, I think it was about £2 it cost me, even with postage. Horrifically cheap. So, yeah, can't really get much information on that because it's a black blob chip, but yeah, an interesting performance of cheap, nasty design. However, contrary to what I like to normally do with cheap, nasty stuff, which is destroy it, this can go in my computer points chest, because this thing is actually still usable, and you never know when you might need to use a PS2 to USB system, because this is a nice flicky keyboard. Very nice to type on, and don't hit shift too many times or you get everyone's favourite annoying message pop up. But yeah, thought that'd be an interesting little thing for you lot. Thanks for watching, hope you found it interesting, and feel free to leave comments and you'll do whatever it is you do when watching the videos. Masturbate, whatever. Bye.